I can't think. What am I supposed to do?
Welcome to today's Man Podcast. I am your host, Malachi Mitchell. This is Volume 2 of Strength for Today's Man. Appreciate you guys coming in. Please like, share, and subscribe. That's right. Thank ya. Again, welcome to my backyard. This is my backyard studio. And I want to talk to you men today about something that we often carry, and many of us consider it a burden sometimes, and that's a cross. And I'm going to be reading from Matthew 16:24 today. And we're going to be brief. Like I said, these are just encouragements during the day to strengthen your walk, encourage you. It says, Jesus said to his disciples, whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves and take up their cross and follow me. This is entitled Your Cross. It says, following Jesus is a path of great joy, but also real sacrifice. Often when we hear the word sacrifice, we think of maybe a mission field or giving away a large sum of money. That's all well and good, and it's sometimes what God is calling us to do. But more often, sacrifice looks like waking up 3 o'clock in the morning to help out a sick friend, taking time during the evening to volunteer at a local soup kitchen, or even praying with a coworker. These little sacrifices that, when practiced through the course of years, reap the greatest rewards. So I ask you men, what might be your cross? What cross are you bearing today? How can you take it up and, in doing so, follow Jesus? Is what you're doing bringing light to Jesus? I know life can be a struggle sometimes. I'm sitting here drinking vegetable smoothie. So many of you might think that's a cross to bear, but it's all in taking care of my body. And that could be a sacrifice, because there's times I just want to eat junk food. But the older I get, I realize that my body cannot handle all the potato chips, all the cookies, all the ice cream that I used to when I was young. But men, let me encourage you with this. Throughout the course of the day, through your week, lend a helping hand to someone less fortunate than yourself. If someone needs a ride and you're able to give them a ride somewhere. Now, granted, they might bless you with gas money, and then again, they might not. That's just all a part of it. And some brothers think that dealing with their wives is a cross to bear. I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to touch that. But I understand that even in relationships, times can be trying. Things can be difficult. And yes, that can be a certain cross that we have to bear in order to encourage our loved ones that may be treating us unfairly, treating us unlovingly, treating us bad. But you know, as a man, we have to sometimes just button it up and just listen. Allow them to talk it out. And my wife will tell you, I'm a very good listener. She'll come in and she'll want to talk about things that's going on in her day, and I'll just listen. I won't butt in. I won't interject. I'll just wait until she's finished. And you know, sometimes that might be a sacrifice for some men because they don't want to take the time out just to sit and listen to their spouse or their loved one. They don't have time. It's a sacrifice because they need to go to a meeting. They need to get this phone call. They need to go somewhere and do something else. But even in that little sacrifice, God will bless you. And he will bless that situation. There's a lot of things that we could talk about far as taking up your cross. But again, this is not a preaching moment. This is just an encouraging moment to strengthen you men to be able to take up your cross, whatever it is, throughout the course of the day. And as you go through the week, let me read this. And I like the ending of it where it has a little prayer for us for the day. And this particular one is very befitting. It says, Father, help me to be ready to sacrifice my time and energy for those closest to me. See, it's not always those that are out of our reach. It's easy to help people we don't know. But what about those ones that are closest to us? Those same people that will hurt our feelings, those same people that take us for granted, those same people that expect you to do what they want you to do. It says, I desire that I might love like you. That's hard sometimes, to love like Christ. It says, give me strength to do this. So in closing, men, take the time out. Evaluate the situation. Think about what Jesus would do.
I can't think.
It's easy to say, what would Jesus do? I don't know. I wasn't there, but I can imagine, or I can, put something together to say, oh, maybe Jesus would do this. Maybe Jesus would say this. Maybe Jesus would act this way. But in doing so, this is a cross that we might have to bear. And I want you to be able to bear your cross victoriously. This is Today's Man Podcast, Volume 2, Strength for Today's Man. And I'm your boy, Malachi Mitchell. Be blessed.